Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome in to my stream. We are gonna keep climbing up this tower today. At any point in the stream, please let me know if the audio levels are off. I basically deleted OneDrive from my computer and moved all my files here, and so then OBS didn't know where anything was, and I basically had to reset up my entire stream setup. So, um, in case I missed anything, or in case the audio is a little bit off, please let me know. Um, this is part 2 of me streaming to raise money for the Curebound Cancer Challenge, which is a bike race, spin class, 5K. There's multiple ways you can participate that raises money for cancer research right here in my area. And so in order to participate, I need the help of viewers like you. So I already donated in the form of my registration fee, and I'm counting on all of you to help me raise the rest. And so that is what my pinned link is for. And to encourage such donations, I am going to be here climbing up this tower. And while I'm here, I knew I was forgetting something in my pre-stream setup. Let me go ahead and pull up my guide in another tab so that I have it. So that I remember what I need and how to play this game and what each of the floors does, all that fun stuff. It's a great guide. Shout out to Orin402 for this incredibly detailed guide. Last time around, we made it up to floor 16. And so now, I am ready to keep climbing this tower. You know, it's a little bit late for some of my friends out there, but I do unfortunately live in Pacific time and have a day job, so this was the time that worked. Am I not blizzard-proof anymore? What the heck? Okay. Just realized I was, like, actually taking damage. That's right. Okay, so I need to actually be bulletproof. Or ice-proof, rather. I think Berserker will do it, and Songstress combination will give me ice-proof. There we go. Now he can't hurt me. And I'm also going to want Thief on one of these so that I can steal from him. Because our mission is to try to steal fusion guides from these guys. Right now, that's our mission. I have to get back into last mission mode. I can keep it for now. I don't need that. We're at the point in the game where we are going to have to start making some pretty tough choices. In terms of our inventory. I don't have an ether right now, or a healing book. But I am immune to traps, and I'll take that. Oh, look, speak of the devil. Only for now I don't have trainer because, I don't have trainer right now, which is normally my go-to, because I need to steal from these guys and I need to be ice-proof to do it. So, here we go. Here we are. On the coming floors, I'm going to want to protect against confusion, which is probably the worst status in this game. Probably the worst, I have to say. Let's see. What was I doing? Oh, I was going to heal. There we are. Perfect. Now let's keep going. Right now, we're trying to steal a bunch of fusion guides while we can. Because they're going to become rarer items as we go on, and what makes our dressers stronger is fusing them together. And Gunner, I'm making Gunner stronger because Gunner is one of the things that's going to give me Confuse Proof, which I'm going to need on the coming floors. So we are just vibing, we are jamming, we are going up this tower. I am not sure why I can't move right now. Oh, right, because he's right in front of me. It never looks like he's right in front of me. Let's see if he's got one. There we go. Nice. We're gonna hang out on this floor for a while until we hit level 17, and we're gonna make a bunch of these guys spawn because we are on the last floor. This is a perfect first floor for us to do on this stream. We can just catch up. Hair is getting a little long. It's starting to do these little flippies. I don't really like it, so the next time y'all see me, I'll probably have my hair cut. I'm realizing also retroactively, I'm probably not going to be able to stream next week because my partner's dad is visiting us. We're going to be spending time with him, which is why I decided to do today's stream today because of just how work schedules ended up. So I appreciate anyone who's able to drop in today. That was dumb. Could have shot it from farther. Could do Blizzard at me again. Let's see if he's got one. They don't all have one. Nope. Damn. Now I don't have any more MP to take it from him. There is a way around that. Hey, T-Mac, what's going on? We're climbing Unisor Tower here. And you may remember that I did this last year. It is time, once again, for me to participate in my 25-mile bike ride for cancer research. And so if anyone's able to donate, the link is pinned. You can also do ! charity to get a private link. Ignore what sylleblossom tells you. I need to fix her. You'll get a link that has the correct link. Otherwise, we are just... That's actually more than a year ago, because this year they actually moved it to August. Last year it was at the end of April, so it was actually, I guess it was already a year ago that I did it. But I know, time flies. But we are just climbing up this tower, and we're playing this kind of little-known and very interesting title in the Final Fantasy series, which is Final Fantasy X-2 Last Mission. There it is. That's my one. Because now I'm going to heal a bunch of MP, and I'll always have it for whenever I need it. I was saying, I'm not sure if you were in when I said it, but it is sick as hell. Unfortunately, this is kind of the only field theme in this game, so it does start to get to you a little bit. I'm actually going to go in here to heal some of my MP so that I can steal, because I have to change my dress spheres so that I'm ice-proof again. Different combinations of dress spheres give you different abilities. It's very exciting. That's kind of fun, and you just kind of play around a lot with the mechanics of X-2, but in an interesting new setting. I've always really appreciated this game. Recently, I learned how to actually play it. And that's been very nice. Damn, he doesn't have one. I am robbing these protein gels for all they're worth, which is to say they're dress sphere fusion guides, because you'll notice that some of my dress spheres have higher levels than others. And that's because if you fuse dress spheres of the same type together, you make a stronger version of that dress sphere and your stats go higher. So that's really, really fun. Get you out of my way. Damn. The Blizzard's not going to do anything to me, but this guy can hurt me a little bit. Unless he misses. There we go. I have a guide too, because sometimes I forget what dress sphere combos give me what. There are certain dress spheres that in this game are fairly useless. So... What you don't want to do, you'll notice I have a bunch of health bars at the top. What you don't want to do in this game is let your HP run out, because then you lose that dress sphere entirely. You have 5 dress spheres equipped at a time. Steal item. You can have 5 dress spheres equipped at a time. He had one. Nice. Try to load up all these fusion guides while I can still get them, because they're going to become rarer and also more expensive commodities as we go up. You don't want that HP at the top to run out, because then you lose this dress sphere. And if the dress sphere you have is very high level, you really don't want to be losing that. So, the good news is we're setting ourselves up to be basically invincible by the time we hit floor 30. But it's gonna take a while. Maybe we'll hit floor... I think it's floor 33, where you can steal the triple tiara. So maybe we'll hit that today. We'll see what's under this rock. Ooh, I don't need that. Some items in this game are... Actually, quite a lot of items in this game are fairly useless. I'm gonna steal, and he's gonna do ice at me, and it's gonna do nothing. Do I even have a samurai? Because I'll need it later. Yes, I do. Okay, perfect. Let's see. Damn, they don't always have one, but I'm gonna get as many as I can carry and get out of here. I also want to level up. You roughly want to be at least 1 level more than the floor you are on. Because Yuna's base stats carry over to all the dress spheres, and so there is incentive both to level up your dress spheres, where you'll see a more dramatic improvement, but also to level up Yuna herself. I did not know his attack reached that far. That's alright, it doesn't do anything, regardless, but... I think I got hit with drop gil, but I have like a million gills, so it doesn't matter. I have Gun Mage up front because I'll be able to shoot from up to 3 squares away and attack, which is, you know, very nice. Oh, he had one too. Nice. There we go. Can hit him around corners, but then he can also hit me around corners, so that's not super fun. Well, first of all, do I have the room for another one? Yes, I do. Okay. There we go. Okay. And sometimes I have an accessory on that makes me more likely to do critical hits. So sometimes I'm just going to kill them in one hit, which would be nice. But either way, they cannot do anything to me. We just kind of have to endure the blizzard animation if our shot doesn't kill, which can be a little annoying. And his blizzard can hit from further away than we can steal. So sometimes we gotta endure that. He'll keep doing it until he runs out of MP, even though it doesn't do any damage to me. Ah, he didn't have one. That's alright. Nice. Y'all missed it last stream when I accidentally made it so that I wasn't getting any experience. And I was going around the same floor for ages, and I was like, you'd think I would have leveled up by now. I realized that I somehow had an experience nullifying ability on me, so that was fun. Okay, for like 2 seconds while I'm in this hallway, I'm gonna give myself the dress spheres that allow me to regain MP. I think it's... yeah, there we go. I don't think so, so I don't really know why it's in the game. Unless you were trying to do a low-level run or something, but even then, this game's unique in the sense that you kind of have to work with what it gives you. As you're noticing, there's just completely random items strewn around, and we kind of have to play with whatever we get. I'm regaining MP. I'm gonna heal, and I'm gonna regain more MP, and then I'm gonna get some experience. I don't have White Mage on. So you can use the abilities of all the dress spheres that you have on, except every dress sphere has a primary ability that you can only use when that dress sphere is up top. Fortunately for us, the primary ability for the White Mage dress sphere is Holy. So, we don't have to worry about having it on top to heal, which is nice. MP is tied to Yuna herself, so you notice the value is not moving when I change dress spheres. The HP is tied to the dress sphere you're on. Yuna has her own base HP under everything else, and then the dress spheres will be lost in the order that I have them equipped. So if that 76 runs out, I lose my Gun Mage. If the next one runs out, I lose my Songstress, etc., etc. Ideally, we never want this to happen, like, at all. Alright, I'm gonna make myself ice-proof so that I can get back out there. I also can't steal anymore, so I guess I really don't need Thief, which is kind of nice. I need Berserker to be ice-proof, and I also need Songstress. I don't know why that combination makes you ice-proof, but it does. I hope everybody's doing well heading into the holiday weekend. Me, I'm happy to have Monday off work. It's been a long week for me. Also earlier today, the Million Dreams Award nominations dropped from KH Guides. We have tons of wonderful nominees I'm very excited about. In some categories, it's going to be very tough for me to choose who to vote for. So I hope everyone saw all that buzz, or if they didn't, they can either go to KH Guides' Blue Sky, or they can go to their website, I believe, and the nominees should be there. I get that way too for the next couple of weeks, and then before, really through the end of June, because some of you know I'm an academic advisor by day, and so we have to do the graduation applications, which we are on a school system where graduation happens in June. So I gotta process all those at the end of the month. But after that, just before Reconnect, it starts to level out, which is nice. Get out of here, buddy. Cactuars will not attack you unless you attack them. The catch is, once you do attack them, they will retaliate with their X Needles attack, and it basically will kill you. So, you gotta be really, really careful with that one. Damn. Damn. There we go. There we go. Nice one-hit kill. I not have White Mage on, and I'm gonna put it on for a second so that I can heal. Once you have the White Mage dress sphere, a lot of the difficulty of this game is just eliminated. Because then you have a reliable method of healing. But our inventory is full, so we need to leave. We need to leave, and we also need to make ourselves confuse-proof, because enemies that can confuse you will start appearing on the next floor. And I know one of the dress spheres you need for that is, well, there you go, Gunner. So, let's do that. Let's get out of here. Let's go up. Once we get to the 20th floor, there will be a little boss, and then we'll get to see a cutscene. Every 10 floors there's a cutscene, every 20 floors there's a boss. These things can confuse us with their regular attacks, so that's the reason we made ourselves confuse-proof. Also, all these squares on the floor, in case y'all are wondering, these are various traps. However, you can synthesize an ability and an accessory, which I did, that makes you immune to all traps. That also cuts the difficulty of this game in half. So that's kind of nice. And I am just now realizing that because my inventory is full, it's gonna do that every time I land on something. There's probably something I can drop, though. But let me see what this is. Oh, perfect. Free healing. I can literally use the book and then just... There we go. So, I probably can drop... And I can probably drop... See, the thing is, I wanted to sell you for money. Yes, it is completely random every floor. There are set of, like, enemies that will appear on each floor. But, like, the layout of the room is completely random. Like, even if I saved the game right now and loaded floor 17 again, it would be different. So, that's kind of the interesting part of this game. You can pretty reliably one-shot Cactuars from a safe distance with Firaga. Yuna gets Firaga, I believe Pain gets Blizzaga, and Riku gets Thundaga. I can be the other characters. The reason I'm not is because one of my core dress spheres is typically the trainer dress sphere, and with Yuna specifically, you can use that to dig up fun stuff. And so once I get more room in my inventory, I'm going to start bringing that out again. He's not gonna hit me. There we go. So we need to go the other way to make some progress. Tiny room with, like, every single item. Down. There's 2 money rocks in here, which is nice. Elixir is a great item to keep on hand. And so because we're about to hit a couple of money rocks, I'm going to just put this. So the money rock works where you hit it, and however much damage you do to it is the gil that you get. These can be pretty lucrative once you start getting powerful, but the catch is, once you're more powerful, you can hit them fewer times before they shatter. Let's see if we can fuse this with anything. No. Garbage. I do not need this. Okay, so now... Oops. So now we're just gonna level up and get out of here. I'm gonna change gestures real quick so I can heal. Yes. Fireproof is also gonna come in handy later on, so it's good to know that I have the dress spheres to make that. Back, so we have that MP restoring ability, which is so lovely. And also we have access to Firaga. Sometimes I can go to the shop at will if I get a shop guide item. Can you leave, like, my immediate vicinity? Thank you. Oh, there might be. But thank you for the donation anyway, T-Mac. I really appreciate it. You know, I could have sworn that I had it all figured out, but, like, basically everything on my OBS got messed up because, I had to, like, delete OneDrive from my computer because it kept giving me those notifications. It was like, you have too many things in OneDrive, and I was like, I literally thought I was saving things to my computer. So I had to actually save everything to my computer. And in so doing, I basically ruined the file paths for everything on my OBS, so I had to like redo all of it, and so I'm not surprised if this got messed up. I can take like 2 seconds to try to fix it now. Let's see. I know how to do that. Enjoy the music while I do this. See, yep, here, and then I log in and I get my little link. And I just replace the source. And when I do this, I'll be able to see the generous donations I've received. Thank you so much. Let me go here, and then let me go my page, and then let me go. I'm trying to remember how I did this before. Because the organization I'm with, which is very nice, I both have my stream currently, so I'm currently live on that website, and then I should also have like a little badge I can use. There we go. Add a graphic to your stream. Okay, and then let me go here and let me just replace the link with the exact same link and see if that makes it work. Other than that, that's all I can really think to do right now. Basically everything on my computer is breaking, but I really do appreciate the support. Yeah, I'm not really sure that it's staying live or moving at all. No, it's moving, it's just not updating. Well, anyway, I really appreciate the support. Hopefully by next time I'll have that working. I did try an on-the-fly fix, but today's not my day, I suppose. I didn't want that. Go away, put down the item. There we go. It's gonna hit him from all the way over here. Well, I got lucky because I think that was a cactuar based on that noise. Oops. That could have been bad for us gamers. No, not that. I actually see you. There we go. I'm not really sure why that's not updating live. It worked last year. At any rate. I also am actually very worried about the state of my Masters Challenge playthrough because, FFX doesn't work on Steam anymore. At least not on my computer. And so I undownloaded literally all of the mods, I put them all back on, I uninstalled and reinstalled the game. Nothing. And so I have an open ticket with Steam support who is being, you know, useless. And I haven't had it in me to try and figure it out again. I think I have the saved file. The issue is that the game just doesn't boot. And so that's why this version of Last Mission is a different file from the one that I started last time. I'm doing it from the console now. Unfortunately, I can't do the Masters Challenge from my console now, can I? And so, yeah, they really don't. I basically did nothing for like a month while I was moving, and then I wanted to stream again. Then, I wanted to stream again, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna open up Steam, and I'm gonna stream, and it's gonna be easy. And then, for no reason, it doesn't work. So, I'm trying to figure that one out. I really thought that uninstalling and reinstalling the game would make it work. And I looked online to see if anybody else was having my same problem, and I couldn't come up with anything. So, I don't know. It might just be a me problem. What I need is some dress spheres. Because I'm actually going to put you down because I don't have room to keep carrying you. FFX doesn't load, Last Mission doesn't load, 10.2 doesn't load on my PC, none of it. Like, the entire game. It'll run the launcher, where I get to pick which game of the collection that I want to play, and then it does nothing else. Like, it just has a white screen that never ever loads. And I thought, okay, maybe my mods just made the game not work. Like, that happens sometimes. So I removed all of them, still nothing. I uninstalled and reinstalled the game, still nothing. So I have no clue. I'm really hoping my save files are intact, and if they're not, gamers, I'm going to be honest with you, I will be cheating. To get back to Seymour. You have all seen that I am more than capable of doing it. I am going to put the boosters on, and I am just gonna go back. And I'm gonna go back to Seymour once I get it working again, if my save files are toast. I'm gonna make the same decisions I did before, leveling. I can go back to my VODs and confirm that I'm making the same decisions, level-wise. I'm really hoping I don't have to do that, but just in case. Both of these enemies could cause confusion, so I'm really glad that my guide warned me about confusion. I know, I really don't want that. Like, but I am not doing it again. Like, for my sanity, if I get the game working, and for whatever reason, if I get the game and the mod working. My other theory was that the mod recently came out with a version 2.0, and I wondered if that made my 1.0 version stop working. So I got rid of it and put on the 2.0 version, but the game still didn't load, so I think it's an issue with just the game. It's either an issue with the game or my computer, but, like, everything else is running perfectly fine on my computer, so I've got no idea what's going on. After this stream, maybe I'll try to figure it out a little bit. But I am by no means a tech person, so I might have to call in some friend support on this one. I wish I could just, like, teleport any of my friends here and be like, this is the game, this is my computer, can you please fix it? You know, I tell Fruitune all the time, I'm like, nothing works anymore. Like, have you noticed that? Like, things that work just fine, you'll do nothing and then they don't work anymore. This is true at my job, too. Like, resources and websites that worked just don't. Things that processes that I've done, you know, forever, just suddenly don't work, and I have to do something else. And I'm like, I don't understand how you can do nothing to a system, and then get different results. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. I don't really mind using my phone and apps for everything, I really don't, but those systems need to, like, function. And I feel like everything, you know, I heard someone call it once, like, the in-shitification of just, like, all digital products, and I have to agree with that concept. I really like the term also, because it's true. Like, you'll do nothing, and then just it doesn't work. And that's what's happened with FFX. Like, I was having a freaking meltdown trying to make this game work. Uninstalled the entire game, waited like the 30 minutes it would take for me to reinstall it. Every time they update American software, it shits the bed and becomes more difficult to use. Yeah, it's like that at my job too, but I'm also finding that it's like that in my personal life, which I'm considerably more annoyed by. Because I can put up with stuff at my job, technically, because I get paid to do that. But, like, I don't really. My causes make money. I don't make money by streaming. I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this because I want to prove that I can. And I want to share this journey with all of my followers. And especially the Masters mod, because once I raised enough money for what I need, I was planning to go back to the Masters mod. And, you know, I've taken a nice long break from Seymour. It'll be the summer. You know, I'll be able to, you know, finally overcome him. Does take a nice long break because I moved. But now it's just like, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Without violating all kinds of FERPA, I can't give y'all details about my week, but I will say, any of you listening that are in college, you need to be nice to your advisors. I know that not every single advisor is necessarily the most efficient. I understand that. But we are working under really dire circumstances right now. I will be honest, this administration is trying to tear apart higher education. If Twitch takes down my account for saying that, so be it. But it is true. They are trying to take down higher education. They are using all kinds of attacks to do so, and it makes our jobs a lot harder than they were previously. And we are all understaffed. Many universities are on hiring freezes, which also means we can't replace people who leave. We are doing our best. We really are. We care about y'all, and that's why we're in this work that we do. And it does not help when, oh, hello, first-time chatter, Tranquil Rain. Damn, you know, I do appreciate the perspective. I do appreciate the perspective because this does feel like a recent issue, but I'm kind of disheartened to know that that's kind of always been happening. That makes me really sad. But what a message for that to be your first time message. Thank you so much for sharing. Let's get another level so we can get out of here, huh? Anyway, TLDR on my little speech, be nice to us, we are all doing our best. And it makes our jobs a lot harder when, we are treated like we are not doing our best, or like we are trying to spite you on purpose. I promise none of that is true. We are given extremely limited resources to do a very hard... Well, thank you so much for the donation, I really appreciate it. I can see it on the back end in the system that I use to receive them, but for some reason this little widget is not working, so I'm gonna figure that out between streams. But I really, really appreciate that. That means a lot to me. I have been training. Now it's warm enough for me to finally go on some road rides, and it's just for distance, really, because sitting in the bike that long really does make you sore. I will be using my e-bike, but I don't have a throttle bike. I do still have to pedal it, so I maintain that it's not cheating. But it does help me on the longer distances for sure. Yeah, it does update on the website. It just is not updating on stream, so it makes me think that either I did it wrong or their widget is just not working. I can always email the organization directly and see if I can find out what the issue is. But I really appreciate it regardless. I do know that they had to completely rebrand the event this year. It used to be a different organization. It was the same organization, but it was named something different last year, and so I wonder if in the renaming the widget just got busted. But either way, I'm really grateful. We raised a lot of money last year, which helped a lot. I've lost family members to cancer. I am sure that almost everybody has, unfortunately, and so I really appreciate any support that anybody's able to give. And I get to, you know, ride 25 miles on my bike along with hundreds of other people who did the exact same thing. The event over the years has raised a cumulative, like, $44 million, all of which has gone to research. It's an incredible thing to be a part of, and I'm really excited to be doing it again. I've been doing spin class, though, and so that is getting me used to sitting in the bike, but it is not the same as being in my bike on the road, and I'll admit that. So I need to start, like, actually just being outside and being on the bike for that long of a time, and I need to get on the bike paths, and just start doing that again. I did switch so that I can heal, but, please, thank you. I do not want to lose this Stress Sphere. You know, a lot of people do have to do that. Previously, last year, when I did this exact same fundraiser, I was trying to do a 100% file on stream. And I decided that I did get make to like 80% or something. But I ultimately decided that I wasn't going to return to that this year because a lot of the stuff that you need to do to get 100% in Chapter 5, which is where we were, just comes down to a lot of grinding. And I didn't think that made for very good stream content. And so I wanted to try something a little bit different. It is insane. And I'm like the biggest 10-2 defender on this planet, and I will tell you that. Those who know me well know there is probably not a person in this universe that loves 10-2 more than me. And even I'll acknowledge that it has its flaws, for sure. I love 10. Like I said, I was doing the Masters Mod Challenge, which basically just makes 10 a lot harder. And that's been kind of fun. I'm gonna need to keep this one, guys, so I'm actually gonna put this down. Then I'm gonna sort all my shit. Okay. You know, I haven't gotten any new dress spheres to actually fuse yet with all my fusion guides, which makes me really upset. Bad move, Syl. What are you doing? No, it is pretty crazy. You're not that far off. I have a guide that is basically a checklist that is adapted from my physical guide to this game that I own. And it can be pretty specific, for sure. If you want to do it in one go, anyway. I find it considerably easier to do it in 2 goes because it also gives you the opportunity to experience, you know, both of the branching story paths. But if you want to do it in 1 go, you gotta be pretty specific. And I also almost messed it up on stream because I didn't talk to Classco at one point, so we had to go back and redo like all of that. And you also can't skip any cutscenes. Like it's pretty intense sometimes. But I was when I was a kid, I was obsessed with 10-2, and I still am. I think it's a great game. But I also think it's not for everyone, is kind of my opinion. I think it hit me at exactly the right point in my life. I don't think it's something that's for everyone. I think it had a very specific target audience, and I think that's probably why it got the reviews that it did. I think that people were playing it who either A, did not get it, or B, were not the target audience for the game. It's like me in romance books, right? Like, I am not the target audience for romance books. So what I don't do is read a bunch of them and go on Goodreads and leave 1-star reviews. You know, I only did that for one of them because I read it for a Goodreads challenge and it was bad. But I don't go out of my way for something that I know I'm not the target audience for. And in my opinion, just over the years and I hate using this phrase, being a woman in gaming, I have noticed that, games that are probably more targeted at women, such as 10-2, do tend to get unnecessary, in my opinion, amounts of flack. Again, I'm not sitting here saying that 10-2 is perfect, but that's just been my experience in life. And so I've learned to take a lot of opinions about that sort of thing with a grain of salt. That's also why I wanted to... It's also why I wanted to enter the space myself and, like, be, not a content creator, I guess, but be a streamer, because I think we have always needed and continue to need diverse voices in gaming, and I'm happy to be a part of that. What are you? You better not be another fusion guide, I have plenty. Oh, shop guide, excellent. I will use that soon. For now, I want to gain a level and get out of here. It's like they're all spawned in that really tiny room for no reason. But I have long been a champion of maligned games, and so I'm used to it. For example, if you didn't notice, my name is Sylleblossom, which comes from Final Fantasy 15. And so that speaks for itself. I look perhaps a bit more critically on the game now, but I do think it's kind of overblown how bad the game is. I think I enjoy it because it's bad, and I enjoy it because I interpret the game in a very specific way that I know the developers did not intend. And because of that, I have a lot of fun with it. Um, it's just kind of how I have to be with Square Enix games, unfortunately. Um, kind of have to interpret them my own way and like make my own fun with them. Um, because otherwise, it's Square Enix. That's all I'm gonna say for right now. How do I put this? I'm gay, so I tend to read things in that light, right? You are never, ever going to get substantial gay representation for a Square Enix game. It is not going to happen. If it was going to happen, it was going to be in Final Fantasy 15. And it is never going to happen, and I have long since made my peace with that. So I have to interpret games in my own way and kind of make my own stories with them, in order to, like, have fun with them. But I also think that that's a fun exercise in itself. I do. I think that's part of media analysis. I would like to make a video essay one day about my very specific queer reading of Final Fantasy 15. And I don't really care what people say about it, I just feel like it's a voice that needs to get out there. It's something I've thought the entire time. And if no one else is gonna say it, I will. So, I want to do that. I want to make something about Horizon Zero Dawn, which is where the other part of my username comes from. I love Aloy. I want to be like her when I grow up. I'm so excited for Horizon 3. I have heard that from a leak. You know, I've thought about it, T-Mac. I really have. And I might still do it, especially if I can't get the Masters Challenge up and running again. Although, God, I want to get the Masters Challenge up and running. The thing is, I think... Yeah, the Xanarkin tune is great. The job classes and gameplay shift can be kind of fun. I adore the Sphere Grid also, which is part of what makes the Masters Challenge so fun. But yeah, you know, it's not the game for everybody, and I'll be the first to admit that. And I appreciate when people are able to say like, hey, this isn't for me, but I see the merit in this. There's a lot of games that I feel that way about. That a lot of people really like, and I'm like, you know what, that isn't for me. For me, one of those series is Persona. But I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, it's a bad game that I hate. You know, and so I appreciate when other people are also able to have those kind of level-headed takes on games. That's fair. You know, Horizon's also not for everybody. I think it's more broadly appealing than 10-2, but I can see how that wouldn't be for you, or how it might be perhaps, without spoiling too much, too similar to the current situation in our world. That was my partner's problem when she was first playing it, and she loves the game, but she really had to take her time with it because she was like, God damn it, this is just like our future. And it can be really tough, but I would love to play Horizon Zero Dawn on stream. I really, really would. What I worry about is that I think it's a difficult game to stream because it is so story-heavy that anybody who misses any of the streams is gonna be, like, behind. And I don't want that. So, I'm thinking there's a couple of ways around this. One of the things that I can do is I can just, like, have a Google Doc that is public, and that I... That's the best part. You know, I've heard a lot of people have that opinion. I like both sides of the game, but I've heard that's a somewhat common opinion with Horizon Zero Dawn, and I can't really follow you for it. Let me get rid of that guy. Let me get rid of you. Ochu only moves every other turn. Probably gonna kill him before he even attacks me. Yep, there we go. That's it. Boss done. I'm gonna heal before I leave, but I'm gonna look at my guide real quick to see if there's any other abilities that I should plan to have in the coming floors. Still protect against confusion. Okay. I will do that. Nope. That's yeah. You know, time flies when we're having a nice conversation. Because I work with college students as my day job. And that's a fair thing too. Sometimes the gameplay can be really difficult, and like learning how to shoot the bow can be really, really hard. Um, and sometimes there is just a niceness in watching someone else accomplish it as well. It's something I'll think about doing for sure. One of the ways I might want to tackle it is that if I just have a Google Doc that I pin at the top of the stream, and I'm like, hey, if you have questions about where we are in the story, see here. And then I just like update it as we stream, because what I don't want is to get bogged down in people trying to understand the story, because it is a very story heavy game. The story influences how you interact with the world, where you are in the game, and what Aloy knows influences what you know. I mean, I know everything because I've played the game, but it influences what you know and what you're able to interact with. You do get to save every 5 floors, otherwise you need a save memo to do it. But first, we gotta have a cutscene. And I don't know if this is the one that I think it is or if it's the next one. We'll see.
It looks so old.
That's because it probably is. The people who found it think it might even predate Xanarkand.
You're talking about the machine faction, right? They weren't able to find out much.
Remember what the letter said. If we make it to the top, there
The
will be
top is
something
480.
worth seeing.
We are absolutely not going to get there today. My goal is to get to
What
at
do you
minimum
think is up
430.
there?
We might end up a little bit higher.
Maybe whatever gives this place its name.
I think that's more satisfying to do in Horizon once you beat the game, T-Mac.
Oh, hey, speaking of the machine faction,
And you can intentionally complete or not complete certain aspects of the game to change how you interact with the world.
I haven't seen him for a while.
Really? You haven't?
That's the first 3 months after
what
the end of
about
10-2,
Barreleye
also,
and
for what it's
Nuge?
worth.
Weren't you all together?
Things aren't that simple. Everyone is busy doing
I
their
like
own
the themes
thing.
of this game. I
I
think
heard
this
that some of the
last
groups had
mission, I
split
mean,
up.
I'm not
You
sure that
heard
the
right.
execution is
The
the
Geek
greatest,
League
and we'll talk
already
about it when
did,
we get to the higher
and New
floors.
Yevon looks to
But
be next. Yevon is so big that Barreleye seems to be having a hard time of it, though. Change is slow. And it's only good if it's the right kind of change. The 3 of them are making the rounds on apology duty. Nuge says it's their punishment for letting Spira break into splinters.
Ugh, that sounds like a pain.
Well, I'm sure things will settle down sooner or later. Barreleye is as good as any with the old folk.
Then the 4 of you will be able to see each other soon.
No, I think they may have to wait a while.
Oh, why's that?
There's something I want to do first.
What is it?
Ah! Let me guess, it's a secret, right?
Well, it's...
this game did not give us
It's
its
not.
habit of showing us a Riku's ass whenever it wants to.
Aren't you dying to know?
I can't always be worrying about other people all the time.
I don't know,
I
Riku.
guess that's true.
That's not really what this is.
I really shouldn't worry about other people, but I can't help it.
That's just prying. It's not the same. Because it's not the cutscene I think it is. It's probably on floor 30. My goal is, by the end of stream, to get to floor 30, which is going to take longer than it sounds. And watch that cutscene. And then it's going to start to get a little late for me, so I'll probably be winding down. Do I get anything from this, or is my inventory full? Let's see. Is it useless? Ah, shit. I thought my inventory was full. Oh well. We just got a big fat nothing. That's right, I was gonna use the shop guide after floor 20 and I didn't. And that's why my inventory's full. Oops. Well, now that we start floor 21, I'm gonna use the shop guide. You want to use it at the start of the floor? and this will go back to T-Mac's earlier question, is it random? Yes, it is. Because when we use the shop guide, this floor is going to completely respawn. And I wanted to do it at the beginning of a floor. Actually, no. I want to see what items are here, and then I'm going to use the shop guide. Check. Sure, free healing. Oh, he just punched me. Sure. There we are. Be a level up potion. Come on. It's not. That's a level down potion. I do not need that. Miss. Miss, miss, miss. You can do it. There we go. Oh, thanks so much, T-Mac. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I know this is a later time than I normally stream, but I appreciate you being here. Let's see what items are here and see if they're any good before we leave. Please? Be a dress sphere that I need, please? I'll temporarily drop something if it is. No, it's not. Okay. We're gonna use this shop guide. Oop. Let's see what the shop has in store for us. It's gonna teleport us to the shop, and then we have to restart floor 21. Not really worth it. Do I have anything that I can sell? I really don't want to sell one of my fusion guides is the thing. So I'm actually gonna do this. Just gonna sell the other shop guide. It's nothing I really want, so we're leaving. It was still worth checking out. The shop inventory is also randomly generated. It pulls from a list of items that is available. So that can be a little annoying. There's a lot of randomness in this game. Nice. Let's heal. And then let's switch back, so that we have that in case the cactuars show up. I think I have to be confused proof for 2 more floors, and then I can put Berserker on instead of Gunner, and I'm gonna get a lot stronger. Because Berserker is a much higher level. Yeah, it's just 2 more floors. Then on floor 25, I want to protect against Doom. Glad I have this guide so that I remember, because Doom sucks. If you get doomed, you have to go all the way back down to the bottom, and I would frankly reload at that point. I'm not doing that. Let's see what's here. Nice. Okay, we can start to use our fusion guides. Although you have to take the dress sphere off to fuse it, which is the most annoying feature of this game. But it is what it is. There we go. Now we'll be a little bit stronger. We're gonna put Dark Knight back on. Now it's level 2. We're hanging on to that copy techniques until my dress spheres get really, really high levels. Because once I get higher levels of my dress spheres, I can just duplicate that and then fuse it into a copy of itself and get so strong. But for now, I don't really need that because I can heal whenever I want to. Let's see what's in store for me up ahead. This is a really long hallway. And a regular rock that I just have to kill. Damn. There you are. I'm gonna want to be ice proof again. Okay. Don't need that. Let's keep going. I've got free healing in the other room that I can use. Nothing in here, really. Okay. This might also just be a long dead-end hallway. This game does that to you sometimes. But let's make sure. Nope, actually not a dead end. It seems there's lots of items in here. Okay. Perfect. I don't think I have that one on, so I think I can just do this. Nice. And now we have a little more breathing room in our inventory. Okay. Okay. We don't really do a whole lot of damage to the flans, do we? There we go. I don't really need that, that just causes haste. Let's see what's down here. I don't think we looked at it. Oh no, that's the item I created. That's right, I don't need that. Okay. This is a pretty spread out floor, jeez. Nice, and then we're gonna heal. How about that? We basically heal on demand now, which is wonderful. Oh, that's just an item. I thought I was shooting at an enemy. Oops. Nice. Being ice-proof sure is helpful. Although I forgot he just physically attacks you if you're right next to him. Oh, oops. Come on. That just dropped in right in front of me. Now I have double MP costs, which means I'm going to want to heal from the free healing in the book. I'm gonna have to read this twice. Okay. Let's see. There we go. What else is there to talk about? I already mentioned the Million Dreams Awards earlier. I'm so happy for all the nominees. I know that was kind of a big buzz today in the Kingdom Hearts community, which I am a part of, even though I've never streamed it. I'm very excited about the holiday weekend. A lot of my holds are coming in from the library, so I'm going to be reading. I love reading. I've already read 14 books this year, and I'm almost done with my 15th. My goal is 30 by the end of the year. I think I'll hit it. I should set a higher goal next year. Right now I'm reading 100 Years of Solitude. I read Chronicle of a Death Foretold when I was in school, which is by the same author, so I've always been kind of intrigued by it. And then Goodreads did this really cool themed challenge where they picked the most popular books of the last 100 years, put them on a list, and was like, pick one. And I was like, okay. 100 Years of Solitude was the most popular book that was published that year, and I've always wanted to read it. So I've been reading it, and I love magical realism. I want to say, like, 2/3 of the way through, maybe a little less. It's a long book. Took me to the shop for free anyway. Let's see what you got. Oh, I forgot to drop this, so I might as well sell it. Do I need another fusion guide? I probably don't. I don't want to have a full inventory, so I'm actually going to leave for now. Just checking on my settings here, making sure everything's all right. There we go. Probably something I could have sold on the last floor. Oh well. Since it's only a 1, I might put it down. Because I have 6. Free healing. Nice. I still need Gunner for now because I still need to be confused proof. The King Takubas are still gonna spawn. Drop this for now. And I can always come back in here if I need it before we leave this floor. Oh. That's just on top of me. That's not fair. We can use our free healing book again. It's still here. It doesn't disappear until we leave the floor. So. God damn it. I would really like to level up my gun mage. I would like to find another gun mage. Wow! Just nothing at all in this room. Okay, well, I think I know what it's time for. It's time to go digging.
Here, boy. Good boy.
We're gonna dig for a little bit and see if our friend digs up some useful stuff for us. Sometimes he digs up level up potions, which is nice. He'll only dig up, like, 3 or 4 items per floor. Damn, you got me a level down potion. I don't need this. I did think about doing a challenge run of this game when I decided to start streaming this for donations. Thought about doing it where I have to use every single item that I'm given. What does that do? Oh, come on. Kogoro, I don't think this is your day. Let's see it. Nope. Trainer's also a very solid Stress Spirit's got a lot of HP. Oh, is this something I can fuse? There we go! I'll take that! Good boy! Okay. Let's put our regular one back on. And then let's also remove this so that we can fuse it.
Magic bullets,
You know,
your move.
we might even be able to do this for free, because... here, I'm pretty sure we had a Fusion Guide 1. I only need one to do this. That's right. Alright, let's see here. 2 and 2 makes 4. Now we have a Black Mage 4, which is wonderful. Okay, let's see what else this floor has for us. I am surprised that this room just had nothing. But I'm not going to question it. There's nothing except the elevator in that room. Come on, level up potion. Damn. Might as well give it a shot. There we go. They really like these claustrophobic rooms. Damn. There we go. Perfect. I'm gonna actually drop the book, but then use it while it's on the ground. A little ways to go until our next level. We're just shooting shit here. There we go. I want to keep him 2 squares away from me so that he can't hurt me. Oh, that would just kill him. There we go. Nice. That's about what I thought. We're gonna be at this for a little bit, gamers. I don't want to fall behind in terms of level acquisition in the name of progress, so who knows, by the end of the hour, we may only make it to floor 25, and that might be alright. Unless we get really lucky and find some level up potions, then we get to skip a lot of this grinding. But until then, we're gonna be killing some enemies. See, when I first played this game, I didn't realize the importance of leveling up your character to keep up with the tower, and I got my ass handed to me by the time I was like floor 15, because I just did not understand how the game worked. And now I do, so... Oops. Yeah. Uh-huh. Don't worry, gamers, we're gonna heal. Phew. That's getting close. Messed up a while ago and I wasn't confused proof, huh? does happen sometimes. Fuse-proof MP heal over time. I do not want one of those guys confusing me. Una will do completely random shit, including throwing away her items. But with these guys, being ice-proof is probably a bigger deal. So, let's be ice-proof for a second. Get away from the entrance to the room, though. Like, that'd be nice. They're not going to. Okay. Sometimes they just don't attack even when they can, and I really appreciate that. Right. Well, we can use that. Keep the book honest for now. That way we can heal whatever scratches we pick up. Go. Nice. Are we getting there? Oops. Yeah, we are. We're almost there. Okay. I apologize, gamers. Sometimes there's not really a whole lot to talk about in this game. I'm beating enemies, I'm getting experience. That is what's going on right now. But I do have lots of fun doing this, and I was looking forward to doing this. My light is subtly changing on me because the sun's starting to go down outside of our window. There we are. Might as well kill this guy standing right next to me. On. There we go. There we are. It's gonna make me pick this up, but then I'm just gonna put it down for Eve. And I'm gonna heal. And we're gonna get out of here. What do y'all say? Does that sound good? The menu design in this game is not great, but once you adjust to it, it's fine. I would love to find some more dress spheres. I would love to start fusing and getting stronger. Oops. You know, eerie laughter. I may as well, actually. Actually, for 1 second, I want to heal. And you always want to have Thief on when you do this, when you're luring this guy to you. The last one of the times that I did this, I just straight up did not have Thief on, and I was like, oops. You cannot steal anything from him if you don't have Thief. I don't think I have enough spaces. Yeah, I don't. To be able to go get those enemies. We're gonna stand right here, and we're gonna pass turns until he comes. I have Thief on? Yes, I do. I saw the icon in the corner. You want to be standing on the elevator when this happens, because sometimes the game is mean, and he will spawn directly next to you as soon as you see that third warning. We don't want that. What's going to happen is that an enemy is going to spawn in this room, and he is going to approach me. And I'm going to steal from him because he has some pretty cool items. Come on. Also, let me look at my guide so that I can see. I don't think this is one of the specific floors that is guaranteed for you to drop a super cool item. Oh, that's alright, Barnabas. I'm just happy to have you here. Welcome in. So this fundraiser will be going on either until I hit the goal or until the event. So the event's not until a couple of months from now, so you've got some time. I really appreciate you stopping in. We are just trying to make our way up, and we are trying to attract the founder to us so that we can steal from him. We've made quite a bit of progress since last time. We started on floor 15. My goal is by the time I'm done to get to floor 30. We beat a boss, and by a boss, I mean I killed it before it attacked me. There he is. Alright. There he is. Let's steal from him. Perfect! Oh, I love the dressmaker. Thank you, Trema.
What am I looking at here?
Thank you, Trema. We're leaving, though. Bye! Best time to take me to the shop, I gotta say. I don't really have anything to sell. But sure. Thanks for the diversion. So now I don't have to be confused-proofed anymore. And a couple of floors, though, I'm going to have to be doom-proofed, which means you're going to have to break out Samurai. The dress spheres that I want to be the strongest are Trainer and Black Mage. So I'm using Black Mage more often right now, so we're going to start with Black Mage. So we're going to use the Dressmaker to make a Black Mage. You can use the Dressmaker to make one copy of literally any dress sphere you want, and it's going to make a level 1 copy of that dress sphere. So this is how I got some of my other ones at first. Good ones. Now, in order for us to level it up, I have to remove my existing Black Mage, which I'm going to complain about every single time. And then we can fuse them together. We use this, and we use a Black Mage, and use our Black Mage. Now we have Black Mage level 5. It's pretty cool. The Black Mage level 5 has higher stats, so your stats are influenced both by Yuna and by the dress spheres that you are wearing. So you want to level up both. Let's see what this is. Fleeing manual. I have the space. I'm gonna keep it. It can be a real boon sometimes to have that. Although, it's a bigger boon for me to have 3 save memos. I'm gonna need that on floor 61 when I want to get the Tonberry's treasure. Like I said, we're entering the part of the game where we're gonna have to make difficult decisions because my inventory is literally never going to expand. It's always gonna be limited to 20, including my dress spheres, which is very annoying. So, well, we're gonna have to use this to get out of here anyway, but I want to explore the rest of this floor. Alright, let's see. Let's see what else this floor has to offer us. Oh. Heya. Bam. Bam! There we go. Flans are still here, so I might still want to be ice-proof, actually. Ice-proof. Yes. First. No, I don't know if I need to heal just yet. I confirm changes. I want you to be at least 2 squares away from me, but you are just gonna chase me, aren't you? Okay, perfect. Yeah, you're gonna hit me and it's gonna do nothing. Nice. That's what I wanted. There we go. Let's see what this item was. Damn. Okay, now I want to heal a little bit. See, I don't want to have White Mage equipped all the time. Because I know y'all are probably asking, why do you keep doing that? It's because I have other dressers that are stronger. And so when I'm attacking, I don't really need it. Okay, this is a dead end this way. And then we'll see what was the other way. We got a minute before we go up in level, so... I didn't know that would happen. I really didn't. Okay, attack those guys from a distance. Good to know. Okay. Not no idea that would happen. I really didn't. Oh, shit. This is 10-2 last mission, so it's a bit of a bonus. It's a bit of a bonus game that came with 10-2. It comes with the 10-10-2 remaster, so this is kind of like a side episode that takes place 3 months after the ending of 10-2. And we are climbing up a tower. It's very much a mystery dungeon style game, but kind of adapted to 10-2's dress sphere mechanics, so it's very, very interesting. So yeah, technically, yes, this is 10-2. But this wasn't available in English upon its original release, and it was first available in English as part of the 10-10-2 Remaster Collection. Which is how most people play the game these days. So most people have this, most people just never play it. And so I thought it would be a fun game to highlight for this series. No! Bad! But I need to kill you first. Mascot, despite being the GOAT in the actual 10-2, is extremely useless in this version of the game. It doesn't give you literally any useful abilities. I wouldn't know. I'm not really familiar with Persona, but if that is sort of like a post-episode for that game, then yes, you've got the right idea. I've never played any of the Personas. It's not really my thing, but I would imagine you have the right idea. What was I doing? Oh, right, I was gonna choose Trainer so that I could dig.
Here, boy. Good boy.
30 might have been vicious. I might only get to 25 before I get tired. But we'll see. I've definitely had a long week at work, but I wasn't going to be able to stream Saturday or Sunday, so I definitely wanted to stream today for sure. I mean, that's free healing, I guess, but can you dig up something else? Like, that'd be nice. A level up potion? Ah! Sometimes he does dig up level up potions. Damn. Can you try one more time? This is why I'm Yuna, by the way, because only Yuna has the dig ability, and it's easily far outclasses any of the unique abilities that Riku or Pain have. This is cool because, it revives you, but it's gonna basically just take up a spot in our inventory for now, so we're not doing that. You only sphere change when you change your primary dress sphere. So every time I alter my background dress spheres, we don't have a sphere change animation. But when I change the dress sphere that's on top, we're gonna get the sphere change animation. I'm gonna drop you somewhere else so that I don't keep running into you when I'm moving around. Are we getting there? Kind of. This game does slow down when you really have to, like, level up. But we're doing a nice, thorough playthrough of this game on stream. He's gonna do Blizzard at me, which is gonna do nothing. It's worth the hit that I'm taking to my attack stat to be Blizzard-proof. Unit can rotate for free on her turn, but most of their actions require a turn to do. I'm not gonna let you do that to me again. I know your tricks now. Yeah. Nope. Nope. He is staying just outside of my shooting zone, both of you. No. 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 Go away. Here we go. There we are. Sometimes you gotta manipulate your position just a little bit. Gonna do Blizzard, it's gonna do nothing to me. Oops, not that one. We're getting there. A few more enemies. As long as I'm not right next to him, he won't physically attack me. He'll just do Blizzard, which we've established. I'm ice-proof right now. Take some water. They have been talking for a while. That's why you always keep a bottle of water in your stream, gamers. Okay, where did all the other enemies on this floor spawn? They all just... Are you afraid of me? Have you heard tales of Yuna the Gunslinger? Are you all scared? I do need a few more of you for another level, so please. You're all scared of Yuna the Gunslinger. I appreciate it, I really do. There we go. No, I didn't want that. Now let's get out of here. Okay, no shop this time, and you can tell when you're gonna go to the shop because the music changes. Okay. Every 5th floor, we have to do something special. We don't really need this because I have a lot of them. I don't have room in my inventory for more. Every 5 floors, we have to do something special in order to move on to the next floor. Now, fortunately, I have a guide which tells me what all those special conditions are. Because this game also has the 10-2 problem of just, like, kind of not telling you anything sometimes. And I can say that because I love this game. Can you please dig something up for me? Can you please? Okay, let's try another square. I don't think you like that square. You don't like that skirt either. Come on, buddy. You're embarrassing me in front of my friends. Damn it! Why do you give me useless stuff? If you dig me like a level up potion, you're gonna save us a lot of time, Kogoro. Or if you dig me up a copy techniques, all of your sins are forgiven. Okay, I don't need this. I don't need a goon bookmark. Okay? I also don't think that means what you think it does, buddy. Not in this day and age. I mean, that's interesting, but not really something that I need, buddy. But you tried. I'll try again on the next floor. That'll be alright. So your change. Let's go.
Magic bullets, your move.
Alright. Let's see what else is on this floor. Come on, can you get into a, like, convenient position for me? There we go. I'm starting to get a little hungry, gamers. I did say I'd try to make it to floor 30, but we'll see. Restart guide is fun because your level carries over and you get to go back down with everything that you have. But I don't know if that's what we want to do right now. Don't need that either. This room had a lot of items in it, jeez. Don't need that. Give me a bunch of useless stuff, game. You give me something cool. Give me a level up potion? That'd be nice. You know what? I'll take it. Free healing. Now we'll put you back down. These basically function as potions. Okay, that's just guild. I'll take it. I'm amassing my guild because later on shops are going to become just invaluable resources. And you're going to want to have a lot of guild. So I'm amassing it. Careful of those bugs. You missed. He'll do that until he runs out of MP, but he can do it all he wants. It's not going to do anything to us. Nice. I know, but it's not going to do anything to me, so I don't care. We're going to have to protect ourselves against Doom on the next floor. I don't remember the combination of dress spheres that leads me to Doom Proof, so I'm going to look it up. Let's find out. Doomproof, Dark Knight, Samurai, and Trainer. Okay. I can do that. Have all 3 of those. Until I get up there, I'm gonna have to change my strategy a little bit. I already have Dark Knight on. But I can get rid of Berserker because that contributes to Ice Proof. That was close. Yeah, we got a little ways. Oh, this is like right in front of the door and I don't need it to be. If I read the restart guide right now, what it would do is it would take all of my inventory and all of my... Take all my inventory and my level, and it would carry it over and we would start from the first floor again. Which can be useful, and can make you very, very powerful. But I don't want to climb all the way back up here. What do y'all think? I don't want to do that. Music is pretty boss, isn't it? We getting there? I guess. I'd really loved it if my dog had dug up a level up potion, but he didn't feel like helping us this time. Okay. You're more dangerous. I'm gonna kill you first. See, Blizzard doesn't do anything to me, so that's fine. But we have to endure its animation, which kind of sucks. There we go. Oh, I have not had my chat open this entire time. I am so sorry if y'all have been trying to talk to me. There we go. Damn, I had him right in my sights and then I just ran like a coward. Oh well. Eerie laughter, I'm paying attention. I know, coming closer. Okay. Now I need to make sure I have Thief on. And I'm gonna have White Mage on so I can heal while I'm waiting for all this. Ooh, that was close, gamers. First time that you are attacked by the Founder, he will turn you into a Blanc Goon, as you've seen. The second time you're attacked by the Founder, you get all the way to the bottom and you don't get to keep your items. See, sometimes he spawns fast. So you need to be prepared. What do we got? Notebook is fine. The thing is, Notebook is a blank book and you can use it to copy any other book. The only thing that you can't use Notebook to copy is Copy Techniques. And Copy Techniques is the best book because it lets you copy any item in the game. Oh, the shop. Sure. Thinking. I'm gonna sell this one, because I'll be able to copy more of it. And I'm gonna sell this one so that I can copy my other save memo. Okay. Really shitty inventory, but at least I get to do some selling. Okay, now we're on floor 25, so I have to check my guide to see what I need to do in order to make that elevator, like, openable. I want to go against Doom, kill 8 enemies and throw 2 items. You got it. Items. Notebook. Now we have 4 save memos, which also means I only need 3. So, I'm gonna put Doom on myself literally right now. Because I'm not sure if this is the guy that does it or if it's a different guy, and I am not taking chances. Damn it, now I'm slowed. And he's also darked. Of course he hit both times. That was close, gamers. I did not like that. That was entirely too close. Here. Phew. Okay, now we also want to copy our Dress Fusion Secrets to get another one. Oh no, wait, I forgot how Notebook works. I was only ever going to get 2 save memos from it. That's actually fine. I'm still okay. I'm still okay with that. Evolve? Damn. Well, this can be a thrown item. Throw it. Ooh. I don't need you. I don't need you either. Okay, I got rid of one of the barriers. Now we just have to kill some enemies to open up the other one. One of them is usually kill X amount of enemies, one of the barriers, and the other one can be pretty random. Sometimes it's just taking action other than moving. Too squish. Boom. Boom. Oh, that's just a rock. I was like, what do you mean HP 1? Oof. I've got free healing right next to me, I just need to kill this guy. There we go. I'm gonna keep this with us for as long as we're on this floor, so we can heal without having to... Damn it. I'm so used to putting shit down. I was going to say so that we don't have to keep changing to White Mage every time we want to heal. This is just a rock? Oofa doofa. But if the rocks aren't in hallways, there's typically items underneath them. So let's see if there is. Is, but it's not really what I need. go defeat some more enemies. And while we're in this room, I'm actually going to put Trainer up front, and I'm going to do some digging. Sneaky digs us up a level up potion. That's going to speed things up, and then we don't keep us a bit ahead of the game in terms of the grind. He can dig up level up items. I've seen him do it. There are potions in this game that if you consume them... Oh, that might also be helpful. Sure. There are items in this game that, if you... consume them, you just level up, which is really cool. Nice. Made our thief stronger. Now you see why we stocked up on all those fusion guides earlier, because now we're starting to run low on them. And unfortunately, those enemies are not going to appear again, so we're not going to be able to do that again when we just steal. We're really going to have to rely on the shop at that point for our fusion guides. He does not like this room, huh? Let's try down here. Only gonna try a couple more times. I'm just gonna call it a wash and let's go defeat some enemies. This is one of those games that actually gets easier as you go along. Once I have particular abilities, I basically become invincible. That's perfect. I will take that. Gotta take Samurai off to level it up, but I will. Samurai is just a good, solid dress sphere, and it also contributes to Doom Proof, which we will need in this game. So... Yep. Alright. Put Samurai back on. Put Gun Mage back up top. That I can hit enemies from afar. Such a good ability to have. And we're gonna sort our items. Because Samurai's stronger now, I'm going to be stronger too, which is nice. I can hit diagonally, but so can they. These are the things that can cast Doom on me. But also Blizzard, how annoying. Well, I need literally all of these to be Doom-proof, so I am just gonna heal whatever Blizzard damage happens. See what's over there. Nice. Replace the one we just used. There we go. You know, I don't even think it's kill X number of enemies. I think you just have to attack a certain number of unique enemies to make that happen. I'm not that far away from the next level, so let's just go ahead and do that. Damn. Oh, no, thank you. I don't need that. Get out of here. I don't know if y'all saw that, but I did. We need to heal, don't we? I don't know that I have 5 floors in me today, gamers. 5 more of this. It's getting pretty late. Like I said, I streamed today because my normal time just doesn't work for this week. Bam. 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 Ah, I can't aim. Woo! Woo! We are having too many close calls, gamers. Right now I'm just having to have on different dress spheres. And that means I'm not regaining MP like I was before. So I have to be careful. Okay. Be soon that I'm leveling up. Yeah, we're getting there. Yep. But it's not gonna do nothing to us, isn't it? Nice. Sometimes it'll do Doom twice in a row. Like, it'll really try to get you. Yep. Spoke it into the world. Damn, I did not want or need that. Need to kill like 1 or 2 more enemies to get to level 25. Put us in a nice position for next time. I'm not sure when or if I'll stream next week. My partner's father will be in town, so we will be with him next weekend. Could stream on Monday the holiday, but I don't know if I want to. I really need that break. We'll see. My stream schedule is kind of irregular these days. It's alright. I appreciate that y'all are here when you are. Someday we'll get back to the Masters mod. Once I raise the money I need, / I figure it out. There we are. I'm gonna kill everything I see on my way out, and then we'll go to the elevator, and that'll be my way out. Nice. This will also help me get a head start next time when we start on floor 26. Perfect. Doesn't do anything. There we go, just before the eerie laughter gets here. Let's see what he has, though. No, I'm not gonna push my luck. I'm gonna save and use. Alright, gamers. I think that's all she wrote for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. I always appreciate what you do, and extra special thank you to the people that were able to donate today. But we'll be back. We'll have other opportunities. And I'm not even halfway done with this this tower. So I'll be back, and I will see you when I am. Thanks so much, everyone.